understandable English podcast.
Learn English the easy way.
Jessica, please look at my hands right now and tell me if my knuckles look completely red to you.
Brian, why are your hands covered in soapy white bubbles? And why are you holding an electric toothbrush at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday morning?
Because I spent the last 3 hours on my knees scrubbing every single wooden baseboard in my hallway, and my back is screaming in agony.
You scrubbed your hallway floorboards with an electric toothbrush? May I ask what triggered this sudden emergency house cleaning session?
I was trying to relax. I laid down on my comfortable living room sofa to watch a nice 2-hour documentary. But after 10 minutes, a wave of pure, intense guilt hit me like a freight train.
The classic productivity panic. So instead of enjoying a peaceful documentary, your brain convinced you that sitting still was a major moral failure?
Exactly. My brain started shouting, "Brian, you have unread emails, you should be studying, you should be doing laundry." So I panicked, grabbed a toothbrush, and started cleaning floor corners just to feel useful.
That is equal parts hilarious and deeply tragic. Welcome back to the Understandable English podcast, everyone, where Brian cleans floors to escape his own thoughts, and I try to teach him how to actually relax.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Whether you are listening to us while commuting on a crowded morning train, cooking a meal in your kitchen, taking an afternoon walk, or doing chores around your house, we are so glad you are here with us today.
If you have ever felt that sudden, uncomfortable wave of guilt the moment you sit down on the couch to do absolutely nothing, hit that like button right now so Brian knows he is not the only crazy person here.
Please hit that like button because I really ran into a problem on my couch yesterday. I literally could not allow myself to sit quietly for 60 minutes without feeling like a complete lazy failure.
Why do you think resting feels like such a dangerous activity for you, Brian? What makes sitting quietly feel like a crime?
I think it is because modern society constantly pushes this relentless hustle culture message into our heads every single day. We are told that every hour of our day must be productive, measurable, and useful.
That mindset is absolute poison. We have been conditioned to believe that human beings are like industrial factory machines that should run constantly without stopping.
Yes. If I am not learning a new skill, listening to an educational audiobook, or fixing something around the apartment, I feel like I am wasting precious time that I will never get back.
But here is the critical flaw in that logic, Brian. I do not view rest as a luxury or a reward that you have to earn after working 12 hours. I view rest as essential daily maintenance.
Essential daily maintenance? What does that even mean? Rest is just lying down and doing nothing.
Think about a high-performance Formula One race car driving around a track at top speed. Does that race car pull into the pit stop because the driver is lazy?
Well, no, it pulls over to change the worn-out tires and put fresh fuel into the tank so it does not crash.
Precisely. The pit stop is not a waste of time. It is the exact reason the car is capable of winning the race in the first place. If the driver ignores the pit stop, the engine explodes.
Wow, okay, that pit stop analogy actually blew my mind a little bit. So when I was lying on my couch, my engine was basically overheating and screaming for fresh tires.
Exactly. But instead of letting your engine cool down, you grabbed a toothbrush and forced your car back onto the track to scrub baseboards.
You are making me sound completely absurd, Jessica, but you are totally right. I have this terrible habit of treating rest like something I only deserve when I am on the verge of physical collapse.
I used to have a similar problem back when I was at university studying for my final examinations. I felt guilty every single time I closed my textbooks to take a short walk.
Wait, you felt guilty for taking breaks too? I thought you were born with a master's degree in peaceful relaxation.
Not at all. One semester, I forced myself to study for 14 hours every single day without taking a proper day off for 3 straight weeks because I wanted my grades to be perfect.
14 hours a day for 3 weeks? What happened to your brain after that intense study marathon?
I hit a massive wall of severe burnout. I ended up feeling so mentally exhausted that I could not write a single clear sentence or focus on a simple book page for 2 full weeks.
Oh no. So by refusing to take small daily rest stops, you ended up losing 2 whole weeks of productivity anyway.
Exactly. That painful experience forced me to figure something out about how human energy actually works. Rest is not negotiable. If you do not choose a time to rest, your body will eventually pick a time for you.
That is such a powerful way to put it. Your body will literally force you to shut down through illness or burnout if you do not give it permission to pause.
Right. And another reason resting feels so uncomfortable nowadays is because of our modern digital devices. Even when people lie on their couches to relax, they are scrolling through social media or reading stressful news feeds.
Guilty as charged. Last weekend, I tried to take a relaxing Sunday afternoon off, but I spent 2 hours on my phone reading argument threads about coffee brewing methods. My brain was working harder than when I'm at my job.
That is fake rest. Consuming endless streams of digital information keeps your nervous system in a state of high alert, so your mind never gets a chance to digest your daily experiences.
So true. It feels like we have lost the ability to just exist without consuming content or producing work. Being idle feels like a lost human art form.
That is why I fiercely defend my right to do absolutely nothing on Sunday afternoons. I sit in my armchair, look out the window at the trees, sip my tea, and let my mind wander wherever it wants to go.
Sitting and looking out a window without checking your phone? Jessica, if I tried doing that for 20 minutes, my brain would start listing every mistake I made in 5th grade.
It takes practice to quiet that inner voice. You have to get used to the quiet discomfort of stillness before it starts feeling peaceful and restorative.
I notice this exact same struggle with a lot of people who are learning a new language like English. They feel immense guilt whenever they take a single day off from grammar exercises or flashcards.
That is such an insightful observation, Brian. Language learners often feel like skipping one day of studying means they are failing or falling behind.
Exactly. But in reality, your brain needs quiet, offline time to consolidate new vocabulary, process grammatical rules, and build long-term memory pathways while you rest.
Absolutely. Taking a rest day from active studying allows your brain to organize everything you learned earlier in the week. Rest is actually part of the learning process.
I love that so much. If you are listening to this right now and you struggle to rest without feeling guilty, tell us in the comments below. What is one weird task you end up doing when you are trying to avoid resting?
Or even better, write this exact phrase in the comments section today. I am giving myself permission to rest. Writing it down helps you practice your English writing while setting a healthy boundary for your mental well-being.
That is an amazing prompt. Writing that phrase keeps you accountable to our wonderful community, and it gives you permission to put down the toothbrush and relax.
Now let us transition smoothly into our popular vocabulary tour for today. In our conversation, we used 6 extremely common, practical, and high-value spoken English phrases that native speakers use all the time.
Our first essential phrase is to run into a problem, which means to unexpectedly encounter a difficulty, obstacle, or challenge while trying to do something.
Here is a clear, natural example sentence. We ran into a problem with our apartment heating system during the coldest week of winter.
Our second phrase is to end up doing something, which means to finally do something or reach a situation, especially without planning it in advance.
An everyday example sentence is, I went to the store just to buy milk, but I ended up buying 3 bags of groceries.
Phrase number 3 on our list is to figure something out, which means to understand, solve, or find a practical solution to a challenge after thinking about it.
Here is a very practical example sentence. It took me a long time, but I finally figured out how to fix the broken sink in my kitchen.
Our fourth expression is to have trouble with something, which means to experience difficulty, struggle, or frustration while attempting to perform an activity.
A relatable example sentence for daily life is, many intermediate English students have trouble with understanding fast, natural conversations in movies.
Expression number 5 is to get used to something, which means to become familiar, comfortable, or accustomed to a new situation, habit, or environment over time.
An example sentence for this structure is, when I started my new job, it took me a few weeks to get used to waking up at 6 o'clock every morning.
And our 6th key expression, as it turns out, that which is used when revealing an unexpected result, a surprising discovery, or a fact that became clear later.
A simple example sentence is, I thought the weather would be terrible today, but it turns out that the sun is shining brightly.
Reviewing these practical phrasal verbs and conversational expressions in natural context is honestly the most effective way to improve your English fluency step by step.
It truly is the best approach. Thank you so much for listening and spending your valuable time with us today. Whether you were doing household chores, commuting, or simply relaxing on the couch.
Take great care of yourselves. Give yourself full permission to do absolutely nothing for 20 minutes today. And we will catch up with you in our next episode. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone, and we wish you a peaceful, restful, and wonderful week ahead.
Wait, Jessica. Before we turn off the recording studio microphones, listen to this. Yesterday, I ran into a problem on my couch, and I ended up doing 3 hours of floor cleaning. But I figured something out after I realized why I have trouble with sitting still. And if I get used to taking daily pit stops, it turns out that I am much happier.
Brian, you somehow managed to turn your floor scrubbing breakdown into a brilliant final joke using all 6 vocabulary phrases, and I am genuinely proud of you.